obvious spoiler warnings for season 1 of Invincible on Amazon Prime. If you have not seen the show, go watch the show. I will be spoiling a majority of the show in this video. Invincible season 2 is here, and the hype is real. The new trailer just dropped, and I don't know about you, but I am super excited for this season of the show. Now, even though the new trailer did just drop, we're not going to be analyzing the trailer. Really, I don't even want to be looking at the trailer all that much. It's kind of just the background video for this video. If you don't want any spoilers at all for the second season, I would kind of recommend turning it off or minimizing the video and just listening to me talk. I know that's a bit narcissistic, but I don't want any spoilers for it. So the trailer is just going to be on in the background, and I'm going to be talking over it, talking about some things that I'm excited for and things that I'm concerned about. If you want the full trailer, I will link it in the description. Feel free to go and check it out. It's a great trailer, but might spoil some minor things for the second season for you. So if you're not into that, don't watch it. Just watch it when it comes out on November 20th, I believe. That being said, I want to look at a few things that I am excited for and things that I'm maybe concerned about going into season 2. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing that has me super excited is the fact the show looks amazing. They've taken 2.5 years to get this new season put out, but the animation looks so much better than the first time around. In the first season, we got all these really awkward CGI shots and different characters that just didn't look all that great. But this time around, and especially in this trailer, the animation looks fantastic. The characters look so much better. I'm excited to see how much the animation has changed going from season 1 into season 2. Not only has the animation changed and looks better, but I'm excited to see where the story goes from here. In the first season, we explored all these different ideas with the fatherhood of Omni-Man and Mark wanting to grow up to be like his father, only to see those things come crashing down horribly by the end of the first season. And now he's struggling with the repercussions of that desire to be like his father. I believe that we're going to see a lot more different ideas explored in this season. We're going to see Invincible in a completely different way, from the young boy growing into a man like we saw him in season 1. And then lastly, of course, we're going to see where the story goes from the end of season 1. Obviously, we saw Omni-Man fly off and Mark kind of dealing with the fallout of that great fight, all the death and destruction that happened at the end of the first season. But so many stories were left with cliffhangers. We don't know exactly where Battle Beast went, what's going on with the Mole Man, and obviously that's not his name, but you know who I'm talking about. The Martians, all the different characters that Mark tells Alan the Alien about at the end of episode 8. There are so many different stories and of course new stories that we're going to be looking at, such as the one that's talked about, the character that's introduced in this trailer, the Shapeshifter. I'm excited to see where the story is going to go from here. I think it's going to be very exciting. They've already talked about the fact that in episode 4, something crazy is going to happen. That's going to be kind of the mid-season cliffhanger, the mid-season break that we get. And then from there, it's going to be just downhill from what the writers of the show have already said. So I'm excited to see what they do, this new story, this new direction that they're going in now that Omni-Man's not going to be necessarily such a giant part of the show. That being said, there's all kinds of hype with the show, but I want to talk about some concerns that I have. The first one being, I know that the show looks so much better, but I think that part of the reason it looks so much better is because of how much time it has taken for them to get here. Like I've already said, we waited almost 2.5 years for this new season to come out. And I believe that if they keep making us wait that long, people are really going to start to lose interest. I'm going to lose interest if I have to wait 2.5 years between every season of the show. So hopefully it's not going to take as long. Hopefully they'll be able to pump out more seasons more quickly at the same quality. Of course, if it takes time to have the high quality show, I would rather have the high quality show than the fast show. But there is a concern that they take their time in making this series. And we talked earlier about how new ideas are certainly going to be explored, but hopefully the show doesn't have a complete tonal change from the first season. Of course, we've already talked about the fact that the show is obviously going to be very different. Of course, Omni-Man is gone, and in the first season we had that intrigue, that mystery of what was going on with him. Why had he killed the Guardians of the Globe in that first episode? Why was he doing what he was doing? What was leading up to episode 8 and kind of that culmination? I'm concerned that the tone of the show is going to shift, much like other popular shows, not to throw shade at any particular show that might or might not be named Attack on Titan. But I just don't want the tone to shift to where the show feels completely different, if you understand what I'm saying. And then lastly, my main concern, really my biggest concern, is just that the show won't be able to hold up without Omni-Man. Obviously, we're going to have a very different show. It's not going to be what it was in Season 1. The main character, the main villain of the show has gone. He's no longer going to be a major part in the show, presumably. How are they going to rectify that? How are we going to have other interesting villains? Of course, I don't think that they can necessarily equate to such a giant as Omni-Man from the first season, but hopefully there are other interesting villains, other interesting obstacles for Mark to overcome in the second season. Omni-Man's going to be gone. We need someone who is going to maybe not have the same level of threat, maybe not come at it from the same angle that Omni-Man did, but we need a villain that is going to be interesting, that's going to hold audiences' attention. My concern is that they won't be able to equal up to someone as strong as J.K. Simmons with Omni-Man. And so that's kind of my thoughts concerning Invincible Season 2, the things I'm excited for, the things that I'm concerned about. Obviously, if you have read the comic, please do not spoil anything in the comments for me or for anyone else that might be down there. We know that you know how the story goes, but we're interested in seeing how it unfolds on the screen. So please no spoilers in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Probably be doing more Invincible coverage as the season goes along to let you know how the show stacked up, if I liked it, if I didn't like it, if you even care about my opinions. If you decide that you do, then please be sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, all that different stuff. If you didn't like it, then leave a dislike. That's okay too. Maybe you have some constructive criticism. But that's all I've got for you today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.